What's going on, chimps? Welcome to another episode of Guitar Chimp Television. There's been a lot of news in the guitar and amp world about tubes lately. A lot of tubes are made in Russia. That might be a problem with what's going on lately. Let's talk about it. So Mike Matthews, the owner of Electro Harmonix, and Electro Harmonix just issued a statement about 2 days ago saying that there will be no more tubes shipping from Russia. That makes a lot of sense with what's going on lately. That's really bad for tubes though, because there's not a lot of places that manufacture tubes in the world, and a lot of them are made in Russia. In 1998, Electro Harmonix bought a factory in Russia, and they've been making tubes ever since. Electro Harmonix does tube brands such as Tungsol, Electro Harmonix, EH Gold, Genelex, Gold Lion, Mullard, Svetlana, and Savtek. That's a lot of tubes. If you're unfamiliar with Mike Matthews, I would highly advise you check him out and look him up. He's been in this business longer than I've been alive, and he's gone through bankruptcy, Russian mob, to the success that he is today. Absolutely check him out. He's got a crazy story. Mike's actually been talking about the vacuum tube shortage for quite some time now, and I don't foresee the recent events helping this at all. This does not leave a lot of manufacturers left to produce tubes. There's not as many as you would think. There are tube distributors and tube manufacturers. Most of the tubes that are out today are tube distributors. So they're companies that buy their tubes from one of the few factories and then just distribute and put their label over it. Companies like Tube Amp Doctor, Groove Tubes, Ruby Tubes, Penta Labs, ARS, Valvar. There's just a lot of tube companies that do this. Let's talk about some of the manufacturers that we do have left. There's a company in China called, I think it's Shugang Electric Company, that has manufactured tubes. As far as I'm aware, they're not manufacturing tubes currently. Apparently there was a fire in 2019, and then after the fire, the global pandemic happened, which made it really difficult for them to produce and ship tubes. Next, we have JJ Tubes in Slovakia. Apparently, they still are making tubes. I was just on their website today. They've got some in stock. How long they'll have them in stock, or what are the details in that? I don't know if you order them and then get some sort of a notice that it's gonna take longer, but they do appear to be in stock on their website. But what if somebody made tubes in the United States? I don't really know a lot about them, but there appears to be a company named Western Electric out of Georgia that is still actually manufacturing tubes in the USA. I would imagine they're gonna be very, very slammed with orders, so hopefully they can keep up with demand. My thoughts on all this: I definitely think that tubes are gonna go up in the short term. How long that's gonna last for, I'm not really sure. I heard a rumor from somebody at Guitar Center that a customer actually called up all the Guitar Centers and snagged up all the Tungsol tubes. I don't necessarily advise that you do the same thing, because you don't want to be like the people that ended up with all the toilet paper and hand sanitizer in their garages. We've been seeing a push towards digital, I would say, over the past 20 years or so anyways. It's really started to take off fairly recently, in the last maybe 5 or so years, with Kemper and Fractal Audio and companies like that. I mean, we even use a Fractal FM3 in our YouTube videos. I know we've got a bunch of tube amps, but the Fractal just works really, really well for that. I have a feeling that you're gonna see amps, and this is gonna take a minute, kind of be like maybe hi-fi audio, where really expensive tube amps aren't gonna be as common, just because they're getting more and more expensive, and honestly, their tubes are gonna be more expensive, so they're gonna cost more money to maintain, and they're just gonna cost more money to own. I think it's gonna be a semi-slow move towards that. I don't think it's gonna be anything that's gonna happen immediately, but I'm already seeing it happen with younger players. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. Share your thoughts in the comments.
Oh yeah, what's going on, chimps? If you like what you saw, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. If you don't like what you saw, go ahead and hit the dislike button and leave me a comment. Oh, yeah.